Van life is a lie. It's a $20,000 high maintenance, oversized lie for anyone that wants to get off the beaten path. You see them everywhere. Sprinters, vans, big boxy trucks that take up 2 and 3 parking places and will get stuck in most places I want to go.
Or a line in the Wildcat Park, just a lightweight, heart-beating four-wheel load. Yeah, we're keeping it easy, getting through the mud with the hum of the engine and the rush of my blood. The hum of the engine and the rush of my blood.
But what if I told you that you didn't need a high-top, high-dollar camper van to live and sleep comfortably while being off-grid? If I told you you could do it in this, a 2-door Jeep Wrangler. If you know anything at all about the TJs, you know the math just doesn't add up. From the rear seats to the tailgate, you only have about 36 inches of usable space. It's only 3 feet. Unless you're a toddler, you're definitely not sleeping in a 3-foot box. You can lay diagonally, you can lay straight, you can lay across the back. You're not fitting in a 3-foot box. The internet will tell you in order to build a sleeping platform in a short wheelbase Jeep, you have to tear out the passenger seat and bolt down some massive plywood platform and sacrifice your ability to ever carry a passenger. I refuse to do that. I wanted to keep my front passenger seat completely stock for daily driving, but yet still build a platform big enough for me to stretch out a little. Today I'm going to show you how to turn this little 36-inch space into the van life killer. And be sure to stick around for the best part. I'm going to show you the secret weapon that makes this build super easy and reveal the total cost, which is going to absolutely floor you. And the best part is you don't need a fabrication shop or a trust fund. Before we get into the build, let's talk strategy. Why a 2-door TJ? The capability to go places where no RV or van could ever dream of going. Reliability. Mechanically simplistic. The size. You can park it anywhere. It's completely incognito and it won't draw attention like a van or an RV, and it has great maneuverability. If you're on a dead-end road, this thing can turn around on a dime. The downside's always been storage. The Jeep has none of it, but a lot of people spend thousands of dollars on custom cabinetry and drawers, and those solutions are very heavy and very expensive. They can even sag your suspension. Those big RVs and vans are already gas guzzlers, and when you add weight to them, it gets even worse. I set myself up to the challenge of creating something that was lightweight, removable in under 2 minutes. Everywhere you search on the internet, it shows the same thing. People pulling that front seat out to get a livable, sleepable space in a 2-door Jeep Wrangler. And this mechanical limitation is just a puzzle waiting to be solved. It all starts with a 1x10, a 2x4, and about 20 screws. The first hurdle was the center console. It takes up a lot of room and it's much higher than the floor. I could remove it, but remember I said I'm not going to modify the Jeep in any way. And since I wasn't going to lay beside the console, because it's a very tight fit in there, and I wasn't going to remove it, I decided to build over top of it. So for your 1x10, you're going to need 2 of them, right at 36 inches. For your 2x4s, you need 2 of them at around 20 inches. It could be anywhere from about 19.5 to 20. I cut mine at 19 7/8. You also need 2 of them at 13 inches. You take the 2 longer 2x4s, and one of them will hold the 2 smaller 2x4s together, spaced out at about 10.5 inches. One of them has to be on the edge. One of them is about 6.5 inches from the edge, and we'll explain that here in a few minutes. The second 2x4 is going to go on the front side towards the seat. And once again, 7 inches and right on the edge of the board. And your 1x6s are going to screw right to the top of your 2x4s. Now, when you screw the 1x10s down to the 2x4s, you're going to need 3 inches of space from the edge of the 1x10 to that front 2x4. So once you get it in through the back of the Jeep, we're going to go ahead and show you how this is all starting to add up now. So we're going to bring this forward, and this bottom 2x4 is going to rest on those two seat tracks down there. Just like that. You'll see that goes right up against the back of the front seat, which is now leaning forward almost completely against the dashboard. But now I know you're asking yourself, what's going to hold that part up? And that's where we get to the secret ingredient of this entire build. This is the Rubbermaid Action Packer 35-gallon outside storage container. This thing's light. You can pick it up with just a few fingers. And it's rugged as hell. Most people use these for throwing tow gear or camping supplies in the back of a pickup truck. And with the raised lip on the sides and tight clamping top, it's weatherproof as well. As you can see, even with the front passenger seat all the way back in its upright position, it still fits perfectly in the back while allowing the driver's seat to still recline. So this thing actually serves a few purposes. It's the bridge in the gap between the front seat that allows us to get over top of the center console and get as much room as possible for sleeping in the Wrangler. Number 2, provides weatherproof storage for clothing, gear, anything you don't want out in the weather. It's also lockable for security. And the best thing, it's light and removable. So when you're done camping or living life in your Wrangler, you can pull it out in just a few seconds and your Jeep is right back to normal with no modifications. Now you're probably asking the question, well, what about when you're not sleeping? What do you do with it? You got a couple options here. One, you can just grab it and pull it back. It does cover up your storage area. So in order to access your storage area, you would have to flip this up out of the way or pull it completely out. Other way is you can just flip it to the side. If you can keep the back of the passenger seat completely in its upright position, you can store it underneath the container. And it provides just enough room for the door to still shut. All right, let's talk about what everybody's probably wondering, the cost. What was the total cost of doing this? Now, you could probably get fancy, and you could probably carpet the wood and all that good stuff if you wanted to. I like leaving everything as simple as possible and as cheap as possible. So, the 1x6 was about $11. The 2x4 was about $3.95. The screws were about $3. And the container, well, for me, it was free because I already had it. But you can find it here on Amazon for $99. So less than $120, and I got this thing built.